people vote. That's right. Think of the worst of the worst who seem to benefit off the back of regular people suffering. The ones who don't care about anyone else but themselves, except maybe their shareholders. They vote. But not only them. The person who cut you off in traffic, they vote. The person who didn't hold the door for you, they vote. The person who put up a fuss about wearing a mask, they vote. The people who start sentences with, "I'm not racist, but," they vote. They all vote. All the terrible people vote. That's why you need to vote. You're not terrible. Probably. I don't know for sure. You might be. If you are, just ignore this video. But if you're not a terrible person, your vote is super important. So vote.
Anybody follow Brittlestar? I think that guy's very funny. He's a British comedian. He calls himself the internet's favorite dad. He's like mid-50s or whatever. He's like a writer and a comic, and he does good stuff on social media. But he mentions people who don't hold the door for you or whatever. There was a guy who got stabbed to death after he wasn't thanked for holding the door. A guy, this is why, like...
The guy who held the door got stabbed to death?
The guy who held the door got stabbed to death because the other guy didn't thank him. And he complained that the guy didn't thank him. The guy turns around and thanked him by stabbing him to death.
Oh, jeez.
Well, that's some thank you.
37-year-old Juan Nunez was mad that another guy didn't thank him for holding the door open. And 42-year-old Edwin Pedroza, this was at a convenience store.
This is one of those things where you got to just, you're doing the nice thing. You got to do it without expecting the thank you.
What? I hold the door for you. Like, you're two grown men. Jesus. This is like a convenience store or a smoke shop or something. It's right in New York City. And the guy runs back into the store and is like, the guy stabbed me. And the dude, like, rode off on his bike or something.
Okay,
and,
but catch me on the wrong day. I'm having a bad day. I'm in a mood. I hold the door for you. You blow right past me. Act like I'm not even there. I might hit you with a, "You're welcome," or something like that. Maybe not make a huge fuss about it, but depending on my mood, I might say something.
Right, get that in check.
No.
Why would you say anything? You don't know where people are coming from. This guy got stabbed in the abdomen, and the dude fled on an e-bike, and they caught up with him.
So was it a situation like that? The guy held the door. He's like, "Oh, you're welcome," and the guy turned around, and he's like, "Thank you." And
yeah, they got into some brief altercation. The guy whips out a knife. You don't know who's packing anymore, man. Just, you know.
A lot of people are just looking for an excuse.
I guess. It's not supposed to be transactional, you know.
It's not
if
supposed
you want
to
somebody,
be.
If you want somebody to thank you, maybe don't do it. Because they might not. Are you going to be mad? Because somebody, I went to Heinen's today, right down the street here, held the door open for this woman who kind of gave me the skunk eye or something, and then somebody behind her. And then they're kind of not paying attention or whatever. It's fine. It's fine. When you all pass, I'll go in and go about my day.
I understand what you're saying.
She looked at me like she was mad I was holding the door.
Some girls do get mad because they're like,
equal rights.
No, this was like this was a woman. No, she was way older than me. And her arms looked full.
What do you
so
call
I was
them?
like, huh?
What do you call them?
Crones.
When it's an old crone.
No, she wasn't that old.
Okay.
I mean, she looked like she was maybe like late 60s or something. And it's fine.
I know it's
If somebody
fine.
says, "Oh my gosh, thank you," that's great too. If you don't,
But you got caught on a bad day and called an old woman a crone in a parking lot.
because what did she say again?
Something about your mask or
Yeah,
something.
right, yeah.
But what I'm saying is maybe this guy got caught in a bad mood and he held the door, didn't feel acknowledged, and was like, "Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, real nice, pal." You know.
But
He didn't
why
have to
would
do
you
that.
do that?
You've done it. You just caught in a mood.
No, I didn't hold the door for her.
But you
and
snap
she
back at a person who...
because I wasn't starting a conversation with her.
But
She
you
talked
felt slighted.
No. She talked to me, and I want her to leave me alone. I'm not inviting you into a conversation. I'm going about my business. You have no interaction with me whatsoever. Just continue doing whatever irrelevant thing you were doing.
I guess.
This guy holding
can
the door.
see it.
Two guys, by the way. This wasn't a woman who's like, "What's the matter, baby? Too good for me?" Another guy. "Yo, bro, you don't say thank you." Like, what am I, your girlfriend? What? It's Brooklyn. What are you going to do?
Yeah. I
But
get what you're saying.
You know what you should do?
Alec.
You should forget about it.
This
Hey,
dude
I'm
gets-
a big-time New York lawyer. I'm an agent. I don't need nobody holding my doors.
That's right.
It's all about the shoulders. when you're
But,
from
I
New York.
mean, because you didn't get a thank you, Now you're dead.
See, yeah, that's not worth it.
Yeah. That's a bummer.
You ever get mad at anybody on the road, or you just stare straight ahead? Someone
Not a
cuts
road
you
rage
off,
guy.
you're not like, dude,
No,
what the hell? You don't
not
throw
a
an
road
arm up
rage
or
guy. I want
shake
everybody.
the head?
Nope. I want everybody to be safe. Nope.
So if someone cuts you off, you're not like, what the hell?
I couldn't tell you the last time I was cut off. I mean, if I'm at home going to see my parents or something, I get cut off.
In
But
Chicago,
but the traffic's going
Yeah.
10 miles an hour, so it's, people angling for position.
I get cut off all the time.
Well,
Why
you
do you
drive
think
slow.
that? Yeah, because you drive like a granny.
But that's fine.
I drive the speed limit. People are either I drive the speed limit.
But if
like
they're flying around you, they can't be cutting you off. I think of
they
cutting
are
you.
cutting me
I
off.
think of cutting you off as somebody who gets right in front of your car
There are-
from another lane. If they just zoom around you, that's not cutting you off.
There have been times that
If they're going faster than you, you're not going to run into them.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. People get so. My butthole girl, as you refer to her as, she was a road rager, and I was just like, none of these people are driving bad.
And I don't
You're
want to
kind
be
of a bad driver.
And if that's how you are behind the wheel, I don't want to ride with you.
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't want to be in a car with anybody who doesn't have a cool head when they're in a steel horse. I don't need that.
I periodically hear horns.
Yeah.
And I want it.
Say again, Poundcake.
I periodically hear horns, and I don't know if they're honking at me.
They're honking at you.
No, they're not. I don't. What are they honking at me for? I'm going the speed limit. I'm not
I
in a
think
lane.
you're handsome.
Maybe that's it.
They can wave and run
gotta
on
get
the
your
little pound
attention.
cake. There was a time a guy cut me off, and I was like, God, what a dick. And then I saw the Alan Cox Show sticker on his bumper. I'm like, all right. I didn't even say anything. I was just like, because the last thing I want is have a confrontation with this dude, and then he pop out. He's like, well, goddamn, you're pound cake.
There were two guys. This was maybe a week or so ago. There were two guys in Florida, I think. I'll default to Florida. Who were road raging at each other. And they start exchanging gunfire. They each have their daughters in the car. Each daughter gets shot. And the guys now are like charged with child endangerment, attempted murder, all this stuff. Like, dude,
It's just friendly gunfire.
you got a kid in the car. They each had a kid in the car. Didn't think twice about whipping out their piece and shooting at the other car.
Well, that's a bummer.
I think the girls are okay, but like,
Still.
one of the girls like, I don't want to die. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my God, of course not. You're trying to ride with your dad. And I'm sure she knew their dads were maniacs. But still, you get what you get. That's what you got dealt. I saw Kevin Bacon is now being introduced to the MCU.
Ah, yes, that's exciting.
He was, of course, in X-Men First Class, but as we established, not part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He was Sebastian Shaw, of course. He gets a quarter right through his forehead, I think. That's how
Yeah.
Magneto takes care
I
of
don't
him.
think it was a quarter. I think it was.
I thought it was a quarter.
Well, it was like a coin.
Oh, yeah, like a big coin. Yeah. It wasn't a quarter.
I don't think it was an American coin. Yeah,
It's
some
just like a-
significance to
A regular
the-
coin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy, or it's a holiday thing? Is that what's
So
up?
they're doing a holiday special, and he's part of the holiday special.
Haven't they learned anything from Star Wars? Holiday special? Is he playing himself?
Yes.
I see.
So I think it was one of the Guardians movies, they mention Footloose, and then they bring it back up in Endgame, I think.
I see.
Endgame or no, not Endgame, Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a big fan of Footloose and Kevin Bacon, and so they're trying to cheer him up. This is what you get from the trailer of the holiday special. They're trying to cheer up Star-Lord, and the way they're doing that is by kidnapping Kevin Bacon and bringing him to meet Star-Lord.
I'll tell you what, that Kevin Bacon can do no wrong as far as I'm concerned.
It'll be fun.
I noticed that you've got your Perez Bilton jersey on.
I sure do.
You know what that means, Mary?
I did not. I don't.
It's
know.
time for Hot Celebrity Goss.
This is Hot Celebrity Gossip with Perez Bilton. Ooh.
I hear every week how excited people are to get hot goss all over themselves.
I wish Mary would dance.
Courtesy
Well, the song's over.
courtesy of Bill Squire. Oh, dance to your theme song.
Yeah.
Would you like me to play it again so she can
How do you want me to
properly dance?
I mean, just follow my lead.
Makes you want to.
This is Hot Celebrity Gossip with Perez, Bilton.
Raise the roof a little.
No, I'm dancing like one of those cockatiels.
He's trying to choreograph
They
you.
kick out their little feet. You know?
Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
It's my cockatiel dance.
Yeah.
I think he just wanted more effort on
It
your
was good.
part.
It was
yeah.
good. No, I'm happy that you participated. All right. Let's get some hot goss in those ears. Those goss holes is like I call them. The goss
As
holes.
he likes to call them all the time.
After continued boasting by Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, of course, that Adidas wouldn't drop him over his anti-Semitic remarks, Adidas dropped him over his anti-Semitic remarks. And according to inside sources, this was an extremely tough decision for Adidas to make since the Yeezy brand is such a lucrative part of their business. Adidas even considered embracing Ye's anti-Semitism and leaning into it by rebranding from the brand with the 3 stripes to the brand with the 3 Reichs.
Inside Sources.
I guess I'll never know.
Yeah. Billy McFarland, the mastermind behind the disastrous Fire Festival, is out of jail and has something in the works.
Wasn't he in prison in Ohio? Or am I getting that completely wrong?
I don't know where he's in prison, but McFarland posted a phone number on social media that leads people to a website to collect contact information. And people are speculating it's to promote another festival that he's planning. And according to inside sources, the new festival will be prison themed to celebrate his time in prison. The headliner is R. Kelly. And it's not just going to be music. There's going to be arts and crafts like craft your own shiv. And instead of a kissing booth, it's a document signing booth.
Inside Sources.
That sounds terrible. He's already
I'm not gonna
grifting.
try it.
He's already grifting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Taylor Swift broke numerous records with her latest release, Midnights. Cat Moms Around the World made Swift's new album the most streamed album in one day and made Swift the most streamed artist in one day on Spotify. And according to inside sources, Taylor is branching into fashion, signing a sneaker deal with Adidas since they have room now for a line of running shoes called I'ma Let You Finish.
Inside Sources. This is Hot Celebrity Gossip with Perez, Bilton. Ooh.
Just like letting that fade out there.
Go.
Very nice.
The
So
goss soak into your goss holes.
into your goss holes. I love this dude in Westlake who called the wrong number to talk to the hitman to kill his son.
Oh, God.
This happened
People
in
really that dumb?
Westlake. You think there's geniuses that are offering somebody money to kill their kid because they're drunk and mad at him temporarily? Stuff's going down in Westlake, boy.
And they got money. Normal people are like, people who broke, they're like, oh, I'll just take out my son myself. People with money, they hire a hitman.
Well, I don't know if this guy's got money. I mean, he called.
You can't be cheap.
He called a random business. He thought that he was calling, I guess, a hitman, and he left voicemails on a random business's phone line that he wanted to pay $5,000 for somebody to kill his son.
See, not cheap.
He dialed the wrong number, and of course, the business turned the tape into the cops. They were like, "Hey, there's something going on here."
Each time, my son's name is. It's a $5,000 hit on it.
It sounded like somebody was trying to hire somebody to hurt somebody, another person.
I don't give a where he at or what he doing or who he with. Kill that.
He did admit that it was him on the phone, and he did try to call somebody, was trying to set up actually hurting his own son. He said it was alcohol fueled, and they had an argument, and he blamed it on alcohol problems.
I don't even know that the guy's in any trouble, by the way. The son is like, "Yeah, my dad was just drunk."
Drugs and alcohol
I'm
have
used to
ruined
it.
my life.
He goes, oh, did my dad try and kill me again? Leave a drunk voicemail?
That's what he does.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
He's always putting a hit out on me. Well, isn't $5,000 what Joe Exotic paid to get the hit out on Carol Baskin? Or
God,
was it
I
like
don't remember
$2,000?
that.
It was like a
It was
small
not a lot
amount of money.
Yeah.
That
Like, you
bitch
should-
Carol Baskin.
You should be charging more to kill somebody.
58-year-old Desmond Ramsey left the voicemails. He said he got into an argument with his son recently. So what does that mean? You better kill him. Oh, I guess he was charged with stuff. First-degree felony. And given a $500,000 bond, the son declined any order of protection.
We gotta start teaching.
Said that this is just my dad and blah, blah, blah.
We gotta start teaching anger management and like meditation in schools.
And financial literacy.
Right.
Anger management and financial literacy. They go hand in. What do most people argue about?
Money.
Not being able.
No money. Not being able to hire a hitman to kill their kid?
Let's say not being able to read, but that was illiteracy, not financial.
The-
I don't think people argue over that all that often.
Alan, I'll never forget my driving instructor yelling at me for driving the speed limit on the highway.
You had to go on that.
7 miles per hour over or get off the highway. Yeah, I don't think anybody on the highway is. Poundcake drives the speed limit because he's DWB. But there are a lot of people
just can't
who are.
afford a ticket. That's
I
all.
understand. But I don't think you're going to get a ticket if you're going 5 over the speed limit. It's people going 20 over the speed limit that get tickets. And a lot of times they don't even get them. Conspiracy to commit murder. Think about that against your own kid. You might have had $5,000 or he was drunk and offering that. Now you got to come up with $5,000 for your bail. No, $50,000.
No,
a
it's-
$500,000 bond. You got to come up with $50,000.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to get that.
Woo!
You said $500,000. That's $500,000.
No, you got to post 10%.
Oh, okay.
Get out.
Damn it! I thought I had you.
Did you?
One day you'll get
one
him,
day.
Poundcake. You'll be able to take him down.
I'll have WWE Live tickets for you. They're coming the 28th of December, the Romo Fijo. After the break, want to go to that? A lot of the WWE superstars are coming through. You can be there. And then 5:30, another chance for you to grab $1,000. Go fund to yourself. 35192 to text if you want. We'll be back.
It's the Alan Cox Show. Everywhere on our free